Am I in the air?
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is Don Mega, and I'm your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news, television, movies, non spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week by week basis to get it all caught up. What is going down, everybody? Sorry, just trying to be silly a little bit tonight. Do a little something different, but that's just the silliness in me tonight. It is season 28. It's episode 33, and tonight's show is titled True Love Never Dies. We're going to be breaking down the news from August 21st through today, August the 27th. We're broadcasting live from the Red Dragons radio studios in the hot as hell Tucson, Arizona. So I got a couple movies we're going to talk about, quick TV show note, and then of course we'll get into the news of the week. So let's strap it on in and let's get her going. Gonna start things off with the movie I know you all came here to hear about, and that is The Crow. The Crow 2024, the reboot. Why? I don't know. It's just one of those things. Directed by Rupert Sanders, of course, written by James O'Barr from the comic book. Action, fantasy, superhero, thriller, horror. A lot of genres here, man. Soulmates, Eric and Shelley are brutally murdered when the demons of her dark past catch up with them. Given the chance to save his true love by sacrificing himself, Eric sets out to seek merciless revenge on their killers, traversing the worlds of the living and the dead to put the wrong things right. Okay, so I am not going to hate on this movie as much as you might think, or as much as maybe the rest of the world is doing at this point, because there is a lot of hate going around. I am a massive fan of The Crow. 30 years ago, 1994, a movie came out called The Crow, starring Brandon Lee, and it quickly became one of my all-time favorite movies ever. I love that movie so much. I've probably watched it more than any other movie in my life. I love it. I still quote it to this day. And, a couple months ago, I think it was back in May, they put it back in theaters for a couple days to celebrate the 30th anniversary. I went and saw it, and I loved it. It just holds up so well. I love it. Of course, after Brandon died, the movie became a cult classic, and they did try to do some sequels. There was The Crow City of Angels, which was okay. There was The Crow Salvation, which I actually really like Salvation. No one ever talks about Salvation, but I thought it was actually a pretty decent movie in the Crow universe. And then there's the black sheep of the bunch, The Crow Wicked Prayer with Edward Furlong, was an absolute piece of shit that I hate to even say is a Crow movie. Like, I hate that the title The Crow is on a film like that because it's such a piece of shit. I'll never watch that movie again. It's been a lot of years. And over the course of like the last decade, we've been seeing Hollywood try to redo The Crow. They've been really wanting to redo it. Tom Hiddleston was going to be the Crow. Bradley Cooper was going to be the Crow. Jack Houston was going to be the Crow. Luke Evans was going to be the Crow. Jason Momoa was going to be the Crow. I mean, just a revolving door of actors and directors. And then a couple years ago, Rupert Sanders jumped in and he hired Bill Skarsgård to play Eric. And I'm like, okay, I don't really see Bill Skarsgård as Eric, but he's cool. We'll give it a shot, right? And then they added FKA Twigs as Shelley. You got Danny Houston in there as the big bad, which Danny Houston's cool, but you know, let's just be real. He ain't the big bad like we had in the original Crow. Um, and that's pretty much it, man. Everybody else is pretty much just unknown actors doing unknown things. My main problem with this movie is that it should not be a remake. Bill Skarsgård should not be Eric Draven. Twigs should not be Shelley Webster. There is no reason for them to be those characters in this movie at all. I wouldn't mind this movie as much if they just presented it as another Crow sequel, right? Because the cool thing about The Crow is it could be an anthology series, right? It's another person coming back from the dead to set the wrong things right, and every story can be different. It's what we did with City of Angels and Salvation and Wicked Prayer. It doesn't have to be Eric and Shelley. Eric and Shelley should have been left alone to be Brandon Lee. That was their story. So that was the big mistake here, was trying to present this in that reboot fashion, that this is Eric, this is Shelley, this is their love story. But this movie plays out nothing like the original Crow movie. Um, this movie takes too long to get going. In the original Crow film, he's the Crow 15 minutes into the film. We're off to the races. This movie takes like an hour before we get there. And I know they try to set up the love story and this and that, but it doesn't work. The first half of the movie is super sluggish, it's boring, and you just want to see him become the Crow. And then he doesn't even put on the makeup to like the last fight. And that was a bummer as well, too. I will give the movie some props for the action as we get into those last like half hour of the movie. The action really ramps up. It's brutal, it's violent. They do some really cool shit. There's a scene in an opera house. I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's amazing. It's a great action sequence that I loved. So there are some highlights, but overall, the film really doesn't work and it doesn't hold a candle to what I was hoping. And again, I'm not somebody that hates on remakes. I want remakes. I want people to take a stab at something that I love and I get another interpretation of it. I had high hopes going into this. I expected a lot. I wanted a lot. And I wanted a new version of The Crow for another generation that could fall in love with something like I did back in 1994. Unfortunately, that's not this movie. But I don't think it's the train wreck that a lot of people are painting it out to be. So at the end of the day, I would give The Crow 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay to good, just kind of right in the middle. Like I said, if you kind of skim forward through that first half of the movie, once they're murdered and he comes back, I think we're off to the races there. So I wish it was better. I really do. I wanted this movie to be a massive hit, and unfortunately, it's a massive bomb, and it'll probably be the last time, probably in my generation, that we see a new version of The Crow. So, like I said, 3 out of 5 there. My second movie, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one here, but it was something that, speaking of Bill Skarsgård, when I saw Boy Kills World back in April, they did a trailer to this movie called Kill. And Kill was a Hindu movie, Bollywood movie that was being presented as like one of the most violent films ever, right? Like with such great action. And it was a really cool trailer. I was very taken by it and was like, wow, I definitely think I want to check this one out. It's available on home video now. So I checked it out. And it's funny because there's a lot of franchises where people complain too much action. And my response has always been, how do you have too much action, right? Like to me, it's like someone being like, oh, there's too much cheese on this pasta. You can never have enough cheese. So when you have an action movie and people go, it's too much action, I never understood that reference. I'll tell you, I understood that reference with this movie. This movie here is about an army commando who finds out his true love is engaged against her will, so he boards a New Delhi bound train in a daring quest to derail the arranged marriage. But when a gang of knife wielding thieves begin to terrorize innocent passengers on the train, the commando takes them on himself in a death defying kill spree to save those around him, turning what should have been a typical commute into an adrenaline fueled thrill ride. This movie has too much action. It's super boring in the beginning, and then you get on the train and the first fight happens, and the next hour of the movie is just nonstop fighting. And I love action, but man, it just became so redundant. Just fight, 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 stabby, stabby, fight, fight, fight. Take a 2 minute break. Oh, there's another guy. Stabby, stabby, fight, 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 stabby, stabby, fight. Take a minute break. Oh, I'm in another part of the train. Stabby, stabby, fight, 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 stabby, stabby. It just became so redundant and so stupid that I just could not get down with it. Plus, it's obviously in another language. The version I actually watched didn't even have subtitles, so I had no idea what was going on, but it didn't matter because it was all fighting. There was really no dialogue. There was really nothing going on here in this movie. So if you just want an hour and 45 minutes of fighting, then this movie's for you. But if you want a little bit more, this is definitely like a bullet train wreck. So um, that's what I got for Kill. So I would just give Kill 2 out of 5 stars. It was just whatever. And then over on TV, no new shows this week because I'm still binging Bad Monkey, by the way, which is incredible. The new season of Bel Air, which is incredible. So I got a lot of shows I'm already spinning through. But yesterday, Hulu dropped season 4 of Only Murders in the Building, but just the first episode. So I watched the premiere episode of season 4. It's awesome. They're making a movie of the podcast now, and you got Eugene Levy. You got even Longoria, and you got Zach Galifianakis, all them playing the characters in the movie based on the podcast with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. So super funny. I was ready to jump into the second episode and then realized that Hulu only gave us the first one, which really kind of annoyed me because usually you get a couple episodes to kind of get going. But they're going to milk this one out. So I see you, Hulu. I see you. But I just wanted to let you know season 4 has started on Hulu. Only Murders in the Building. Okay, so that's what we got there. The Crow, 3 out of 5 stars now in theaters. Probably won't be for long. Kill now on premium VOD, and that's 2 out of 5 stars. And Only Murders in the Building season 4 over on Hulu to check out that one episode there. All right, let's talk box office. Coming in at number 10, it's Inside Out 2. Number 9 is Despicable Me 4. Number 8 is The Crow. I cannot believe it only made it to number 8. Number 8 with 4.6 million. It only had a $50 million budget, so that's good because man, if this was another Borderlands over here with $100+ million budget, be a really rough couple weeks. But man, how bad of a start is that? 4.6 million at only number 8 for a big release like The Crow. Very, very sad. Number 7 was Coraline. Look at that, Coraline, 15th anniversary. It's been out for a couple weeks and it made more money than The Crow. Number 6 is Twisters. Number 5, The Forge. Number 4 was the other debut of the weekend, Blink Twice with Channing Tatum. Made 7.3 mil. I definitely wanted to check this one out, just didn't get a chance to. But that's number 4 there. Number 3 is It Ends With Us. Number 2 is Alien Romulus. And back at number 1 again is Deadpool and Wolverine. So congratulations, man. Took a 1 week break for Alien and then it bounced right back to number 1. So congratulations. And that is your box office. So now with that out of the way, let's get into our news of the week. And Samara Weaving is starring in the new horror film Asriel. It's an immersive, real-time action horror tale. We have the new poster and we have the new trailer that dropped. I don't know how I feel about it. I thought the trailer was just so-so. Um, Probably watch it at home. I don't think this is a theater movie for me. I'm excited about this. Jack Black and Paul Rudd are circling a reimagining of Anaconda. That's right. Supposedly, the kind of story they want to tell is their actors looking to recreate or remake Anaconda. And during the process of remaking the movie, of course, there's a real anaconda. However, they want to do it, but I love the idea of Jack Black and Paul Rudd doing this. That's so cool. So I am down. Um, we have the new trailer for Megalopolis, so check that out. They kind of redid it a little bit, so you can check out the new Adam Driver, Francis Ford Coppola movie there. Yellowstone star Kelly Riley will lead a new Sky original crime thriller titled Under Salt Marsh. Mark Herrick and Katie Segal have joined One Piece Season 2. Rotten Tomatoes is adding a new layout. They have hot movies now, which will be added to its fresh rankings. Hot movies will be anything with a fan rating of 90% or higher. John David Washington wrestles with the painful past in the Piano Lesson trailer. This dropped. It's going to be hitting Netflix here in the next couple months. Anna Taylor-Joy is also going to make her Netflix return with a TV adaptation of How to Kill Your Family. We have a breakdown of the 2024 summer box office winners and losers, so check that out. The Lincoln Lawyer Season 3 is going to be coming to Netflix on October 17th. Lego Pixar Bricktoons. We have the trailer for the Disney Plus miniseries. That's right, it's like Cars, but with Legos. So there you go. David Tennant, Aidan Turner have marvelous fun in the trailer for Hulu's new show Rivals, which will be dropping on October 18th. Taran Killam is going to reoccur on ABC's High Potential as Caitlin Olsen's ex. Lana Parrilla has joined USA Network's The Rainmaker adaptation as Bruiser Stone. Happy Gilmore 2, Travis Kelce lobbied hard for a role, and Adam Sandler gave him one. That's right. He says he's got a really cool role lined up for Travis Kelce in the sequel film. Charles Melton and Kaylee Spaney have confirmed that they are going to star in season 2 of Beef. Lionsgate looking to bring back Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker for a new Rush Hour, but of course they have the issue with Brett Ratner because Brett Ratner is one of those directors that has been canceled from the Me Too movement, and they're not sure how to move forward with this without him, but none of the studios want to take a chance with him, so we'll have to see where that goes now. Peter Jackson presents a groundbreaking journey back to Middle-earth through the eyes of legendary director Kenji Kamiyama. Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim, will be hitting theaters in Christmas time. So that's going to be the animated Lord of the Rings movie that's coming out. Crime thriller MIA has been ordered straight to series over at Peacock. We have your official first look at Glenn Powell as football player Chad Powers in the upcoming comedy series that'll be dropping on Hulu. BoJack Horseman creator has set a new adult animated comedy that'll be going to Netflix. Let's see here. Drew Barrymore's show snags a season 6 renewal. Megan Thee Stallion is going to host the 2024 MTV VMAs. Ridley Scott says Gladiator 2 is the best thing I've ever made. So high praise coming from him there. Long Legs is now available on digital. So if you've been looking to check that one out, you can now rent it on premium VOD. My Brilliant Friend season 4 trailer has dropped for the final season of the HBO drama. Kinds of Kindness is coming to Hulu on August 30th. So if you missed that one in theaters, you can check it out on Friday. Matthew Rise is joining Claire Danes in the Netflix thriller The Beast in Me. We have your full list of nominees for the VMAs for the 2024 VMAs, so check that out if you're interested. Criminal Record has been renewed for a season 2 over on Apple TV Plus. Freddie Highmore, along with Keely Howes, are set to lead the assassin thriller that is coming to Amazon. Coleman Domingo thriller gets a November premiere date for The Madness. Happy Gilmore 2 is the most excited Adam Sandler has been in years. I love to see his excitement for this. I know he was very hesitant to do a sequel. I know people are hesitant that he's doing a sequel, but he really does truly feel like, hey, we have a good script. We wouldn't do it if we didn't. And, we're excited for it. So makes me excited, man. Can't wait for Happy Gilmore 2. Kevin Costner still aspires to film chapters 3 and 4 of Horizon back to back in 2025. Part 1 did premiere on Max and went straight to the top of the movie chart over on Max, so congratulations there. For those of you that were looking to watch that, you could check it out, like I said. Oh, and some big news, man. James Spader is returning as Ultron for Marvel's Vision Quest show. That's right. He is returning to the MCU to reprise his role of the voice of the robotic villain Ultron in the untitled Vision series that they were calling Vision Quest, but might be changed. The follow-up series to the acclaimed WandaVision show that will star Paul Bettany as Vision, the White Vision that took off, and we're going to follow his story, but great to see James Spader reprising his role, man. We always wondered if we get more Ultron. Here you go. Denzel Washington says there are very few films left for me to make that I'm interested in as he starts to talk about possible retirement. So, very interesting there. Jason Momoa, Dave Batista, their new action comedy called The Wrecking Crew, has added Tamora Morrison and Jacob Batalon to the cast. Trap is hitting digital this Friday on August 30th as well. So, if you missed that one in theaters, check it out. It's definitely worth a watch at home. Bambi the Reckoning and Pinocchio Unstrung. The new posters have dropped for the Pooniverse horror movies that are coming out. John Goodman with Jesse Plemons have joined Alejandro Inarritu's new movie with Tom Cruise. The Watchers is also hitting Max on Friday. So, man, Friday is loaded. A lot of stuff coming to streaming. But yeah, The Watchers, which came out this summer. I wasn't a big fan of this movie. I think I only gave this a 2 out of 5. But it's going to hit streaming, and you can check it out on Max starting Friday, August 30th. Salem's Lot. A lot of people have been waiting for this horror movie to launch, and it's just been sitting on a shelf for the last couple years. But now we have found out it will hit Max in October. So they're going to skip theatrical. It's going to be a streaming exclusive. But yeah, check it out when it hits Max in October. TNT has officially acquired the Librarians reboot from the CW as part of a plan to beef up its drama slate. This was very weird to me because I know on last week's show we talked about how CW put the Librarians on the shelf, and we were like, "Huh, that's weird." And then now to find out TNT acquired it, which is very odd because they're saying they're beefing up its drama slate, but I thought TNT and TBS were trying to get rid of like scripted programming like this. I mean, wasn't that why Snowpiercer had to go to another streamer and some other shows that they were doing that they didn't want to hold on to anymore because they were getting rid of scripted television? Um, I don't know. This is really really weird. But on top of that, not only has TNT acquired it, supposedly they've already signed them up for a season 2. So there you go. Pixar bosses revealed that the studio is already considering Inside Out 3, and they're working on Frozen 3 and 4 simultaneously. Very, very interesting there. Peter Dinklage, optimistic that his Toxic Avenger reboot will get released and have its day in the Toxic Sun. I know this is weird. They made this movie a couple years ago, and again, it's sitting on a shelf, but everything I've heard from anyone that has seen it says it's actually really good. So I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully it does get a release. All right, guys. Ted Lasso season 4 looks to be back on track to possibly be greenlit at Apple TV Plus, with 3 original cast members getting their options picked up. So this is an interesting story here. They picked up the options for cast members Hannah Waddingham, Brett Goldstein, and Jeremy Swift. Now, of course, Hannah Waddingham is amazing. She's the one that runs the soccer league. Brett Goldstein, of course, is the highlight of the show, but they're the only 3 that they've picked up. Everyone else has to get new contracts. So they're saying this could be the start of things. This is obviously getting the ball rolling. And once they lock up Jason Sudeikis, hopefully they'll be ready to rock. We'll keep our eyes on this. So, I mean, at least motion is happening on a possible season 4. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves yet because only 3 people have their contracts lined up right now. Let's see here. FX's Alien Earth. There was a theatrical teaser that came out on when you go see Romulus. And we have an article up talking about some answers about the upcoming TV series to talk about it. So check that out if you're interested there. Um, let me see. Big debut today over on Paramount Plus as A Quiet Place Day 1 has hit streaming. So go ahead and check that out now on Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus has also dropped the season 2 trailer for Frasier, which hits the streamer on September 19th. We have the poster for Superman, which is the new Christopher Reeve story documentary, Husband, Father, Fighter, Hero. The new trailer dropped as well, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I got a tear in my eye. It's a very, very sad trailer. It's going to hit theaters on September 21st. And September 25th in limited time. Tickets are now available. Check out that trailer and poster. Amelia Clark is adding another series to her schedule. The multiple Emmy nominee will star in Ponies, which will be a Cold War era spy thriller that has landed a straight to series order over at Peacock. Why do some of these actresses want to stay in this Cold War, World War II, like weird era? Like, I want to see Amelia Clark do some newer shit, man. It just kind of sucks. James Gunn has shared a first look at Skylar Gazando as Jimmy Olsen for a Superman movie. Pretty cool, man. I love his casting, man. He's such a cool little Jimmy. Kate Winslet is set to star in a new Hulu series called The Spot. Somebody Somewhere will be ending after season 3 over at HBO. We have your first look at Everybody Still Hates Chris, the continuing and now animated story of Chris Rock's life. The show will premiere on September 25th. Netflix has released a teaser trailer for Amelia Perez, offering a glimpse at Zoe Saldana and Zelena Gomez in the critically acclaimed Netflix crime musical. Netflix has also released Emily in Paris' second installment trailer, which sees Lily Collins' Emily packing her bags for another European adventure in Rome. La Bamba remake is in the works from Sony, and they've hired a writer already for it. A Yellowstone spinoff for the Madison, the one with Michelle Pfeiffer, has added Matthew Fox to the cast. Stacey London and Clinton Kelly reunite for Amazon's new makeover series, Wear Whatever the F You Want. Law and Order has cast Ryan Eggold as blank. I can't tell you, it's a spoiler. But yeah, so he's going to be added to the cast there. Robert and Michelle King are prepping a new Silicon Valley legal drama called Cupertino that'll be going to CBS. We have your first trailer for Dr. Odyssey, the one starring Joshua Jackson. This is basically a cruise ship, and they're the medical team on the cruise ship. It's from the 911 team, so I'll give it a shot. Why not? Jessica Roth and Joseph Cross become trapped in a silical nightmare in the upcoming sci-fi horror thriller Affection. We have the brand new first trailer for Sonic 3. That's right. It hits theaters December 20th. And of course, you get Shadow in this one. So Sonic's back with Knuckles and Tails, but now they got to fight Shadow, voiced by Keanu Reeves. So check out the new trailer. Looks awesome, man. Those first two movies are such a pleasant surprise, and we're ready for part 3. We got the new poster as well, too, which looks pretty cool. Also got the new teaser trailer for Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, which will premiere on Netflix on September 19th. We have a deleted scene from Deadpool and Wolverine, which teases that Channing Tatum's Gambit has made it back to his own universe. That's right. You see the Marvel Sparkle Circle. And yeah, if you look closely, he smirks and you think he might have got out the void. So it'd be cool if they could do anything with that. It is a deleted scene, so Bad Bunny is the latest star to join Zoe Kravitz and Austin Butler in Darren Aronofsky's upcoming crime thriller Caught Stealing. The film is based on Charlie Huston's novel of the same name. So nice little addition there, Bad Bunny. Yellowstone eyeing a surprise season 6. That's right. Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser, who play the married fan favorites Beth Dutton and Kip Wheeler on the show Yellowstone, are in talks to star in the 6th season of the Paramount Network hit. So you just when you think it's done, they're looking to dig up another one. Mark Bernardin, along with Tiffany Smith, are tackling a new horror sci-fi anthology movie called Deepest Darkest. Yellow Jackets has tapped Joel McHale for a guest role in the forthcoming 3rd season. Acapulco has been renewed for a season 4 over on Apple TV Plus. The drama is still churning with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, so much so that the sequel to It Ends With Us, which is It Starts With Us, is in trouble until these two can get on the same page. So we'll see what happens there. Francis Ford Coppola details 2 new movie projects. One will be funded with the earnings he gets from Megalopolis. So hopefully he's looking for a low budget because I don't think that movie's going to make any money. Paramount Plus's Lioness Season 2 has added the Umbrella Academy's grad Genesis Rodriguez to the cast. So that's pretty cool there. Borderlands, are you ready? You can finally watch it at home. Guess what? This Friday, because everything's hitting VOD on Friday, August 30th. You can check out Borderlands just 3 weeks after its release. It's going to be right there for you to rent or buy. Borderlands, baby. Another movie, just like The Crow, that I feel got bashed way harder than it deserved, man. There's a lot of upside to Borderlands. So have a fun time with it at home. And on that note, my friends, that is the end of the show. So we got you caught up here, right tight 30 minutes. I love it. So thank you so much for tuning in. amiontheair.com is the official webpage. All your bookmarks are there. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Am I on the Air. Follow us on X at Am I on the Air. Follow me directly at DXDonMega. Same tags over on Threads if you're over there. So make sure you follow anywhere you like to. Make sure you subscribe and like the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. But we're on Apple, we are on Google, we are on Amazon, we are on iHeartRadio, we're on Spotify, we're on anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can find Am I on the Air? Make sure you like us and follow us on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Just search Am I on the Air, all one word, and follow along. I would love for your support there. And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. You can follow at Red Dragons Radio, all one word, and Pop Culture _ Pros. Thank you guys so much for always streaming our show on demand. And that'll do it for me here on August the 27th. I'm not sure what comes out this weekend at the theater. Maybe this is when I'll get caught up on Blink Twice. So we'll see. But we'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, and we'll see what comes our way. So till then, take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Red Dragon!